Right now, bitterly cold temps are set to continue through this week. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has the details in your first one forecast. Also, with those cold temperatures, it's important to know how to avoid frostbite. Our Braden Ross shares some tips. And we're also following a propane fire at a business in Iowa County, which led to a shelter-in-place order. We have details on the incident. That's all coming up at 5:30. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. In wake of Friday's snowstorm, it's bitterly cold and it looks like this weather will stick around for quite some time. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is in the backyard with the latest on the cold.
Jalen, right now, at least I'm protected a little bit by the walls here, but it is very, very cold and will continue to get colder. Let's start out by taking a look at first warned weather alert days that we have in the forecast all the way into Sunday morning of next weekend. Every single day we'll be looking at low temperatures below zero. Some cases, like the next couple of nights, close to 15 below zero. High temperatures the next couple of days will be near zero. They'll be in the single digits to lower teens the rest of the week. That means nighttime wind chills could be as cold as 30 to 35 below zero. And even during the day, wind chills could be as cold as 20 below zero. And again, that continues through next Sunday morning. Wind chill warnings are in effect for areas south of Wisconsin. We are under a wind chill advisory through noon tomorrow. However, it looks like we could see the wind chills continue even longer than that at advisory levels. Low temperatures this morning, single digits to teens below zero. Here in Madison, we are at 9 degrees below zero. Our high temperature today only made it up to zero, and that'll be similar for the next couple of days. Already, we've dropped to 1 below zero here in Madison. When temperatures across most of Dane County right around zero or a little bit below. It's 3 below zero in Middleton, 4 below zero in Verona, but you add in the winds, and this is what we're feeling like. Feels like 11 below zero in Madison. Feels like almost 20 below zero out near the Mississippi River, and those wind chills and temperatures will continue to drop. Look for temperatures to drop to about 6 below zero by 10 p.m. with wind chills as cold as 20 below zero, but we could be feeling as cold as 30 below zero by early tomorrow morning. I'll take a look at how long this cold weather will last and if there's any respite in sight. All
right, Gary, sounds good. Now head on inside. A large structure fire this morning in the Iowa County town of Cobb has forced residents to shelter in place. Multiple agencies responded this morning to call from Inside FS, an agriculture building. The fire is contained, but the location is still an active scene.
Due to the nature of this facility, people living in Cobb are encouraged to shelter in place. People are asked to stay inside, keep windows and doors shut, and avoid going outdoors until further notice.
U.S. Highway 18 is closed between Cobb and Montfort as a result of the fire. As the first extreme cold of the season begins this week, the threat of cold-related injuries is even more serious. But as our Braden Ross found out, fighting frostbite takes more than just watching out for yourself.
When you're dealing with temps below zero and wind chills of -20 or more, it only takes minutes outside unprepared before you could feel the effects even after you get somewhere warm.
Really, frostbite can occur at any temperature that's lower than body temperature. Happens a lot faster the colder it is.
When frigid temperatures come knocking on our doors, so do cold injuries.
We've already had a few patients already this year, even though it hasn't been that cold.
So how can you avoid a date with Jack Frost?
If you start feeling pain in your extremities or those exposed areas, that's probably a sign that it's getting a little bit too cold for you. Get yourself back into a warm environment if at all possible, and definitely get off anything that is wet.
That's step one, to protect yourself from the cold by covering up and staying dry. But there's also step two, which you may not think of right away. Do your part to protect others in the cold weather as well.
Most of the patients that we see and are admitted for frostbite are patients who don't have the ability to make decisions for themselves for multiple reasons.
UW Health Burn and Wound Healing Center Director Dr. Lee Foucher says those reasons can be anything from overusing drugs and alcohol to dementia and mental health issues.
If you see someone or you see a person out wandering or maybe doesn't look appropriate, they're in their pajamas at 2 in the morning in the middle of the road, render assistance, or if you don't feel that that's safe, then please call emergency services.
In those cases, it's not just frostbite he's worried about. Hypothermia can also set in quickly at extremely cold temperatures. So it's important to take the weather seriously for yourself and for others.
You might save their life, if not even save their limbs.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
If you think you or someone else might have frostbite, try warming up the area with warm water. If the numbness isn't going anywhere, that's when it might be time to take a trip to see medical professionals. The city of Middleton announced today it has opened up some of its public buildings as warming shelters. City Hall, the lobby of the police department, and the public library have been designated as warming shelters. Additionally, the police department lobby is open 24/7. The city encourages residents to utilize these facilities if they need relief from the harsh winter conditions. And stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's App Store. Just search WISC weather. A man fell into Lake Wisconsin today while snowmobiling on the ice, and the Columbia County Dispatch received a 911 call about 2 snowmobiles that fell through the ice. One driver was able to avoid falling into the water. The man in the water was about 100 yards from shore. A Columbia County deputy, a Lodi firefighter, and 2 civilians were able to help him out of the water with a ski rope. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office reminds people that ice conditions are poor in lakes despite the cold temps, and to use caution when on ice. Right now, the Packers are in a battle with the Cowboys down in Dallas to keep their run at the Super Bowl alive. Green Bay comes in as the lowest seed in the NFC playoff race. Let's get a look at the score. Right now, the Packers lead 34-10 in the third quarter. If the Packers hold on and win, they'll play San Francisco next Sunday. We'll have highlights of the game later tonight at 10. And coming up next, we're a day out from the Iowa caucuses. Next door to us, Will Keneally is on the ground with the latest.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. With Pick and Save, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards, whether you shop in-store, pickup, or delivery. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Sir Jenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable, Sir Jenian's.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. With Pick and Save, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards, whether you shop in-store, pickup, or delivery. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
This year's presidential campaign officially kicks off tomorrow. That's when voters in Iowa take to the polls to choose which Republican candidate they want to take on President Biden in November. Political reporter Will Keneally is on the ground in Iowa and has more.
We're expecting a couple of things coming up tomorrow. A bitterly cold caucus night that may drive some voter turnout down. We're expecting a strong turnout from former President Donald Trump. He's at about 50% in many of the Iowa polls. Now, the key thing to watch out for is who could be a strong second place showing. We spoke with UW La Crosse political science professor Anthony Chergosky about that dynamic.
So DeSantis has to come in second, and he has to come in a strong second in order for his campaign to have the type of momentum it'll take for him to extend his campaign beyond Iowa. Nikki Haley is in a bit of a more secure position because she has really focused on New Hampshire. She has potential to pick up some of Chris Christie's New Hampshire voters. So all of that bodes well for her in New Hampshire.
The caucuses will begin tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and we'll have full live coverage on the ground there.
When we come back, Gary Canalti will have more on the freezing cold conditions in your First Warn forecast.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles, and get one for $1.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Become a certified direct care professional for free.
Being a direct care provider is a great job. It's motivation to get up and come back because somebody's counting on me.
Direct care workers are essential. They help someone with a disability be seen as a neighbor.
I really wake up every day excited to go to work.
This is something that I'm very passionate about. I want to have a career in this.
Become a CDCP today for free. Sign up at WISCcaregiverCDCP.com.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good?
Hefty, hefty. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso Scent.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30.
Many residents in Milwaukee have been without power due to the winter weather, which has passed through the city. At the start of Saturday morning, We Energy said there were nearly 100,000 customers without service. As temperatures drop, no power means no heat.
You don't know how long you're going to have heat. So you crank up the heat in the house, you build the fire in the fireplace. Everybody kind of grabbed a dog, and then we sat in front of the fireplace with the dogs.
And it's not just homes. A stretch of Moreland Road in Waukesha also lost power, meaning people were out of luck coming to big stores like Kohl's too. Well, the snow has ended, but the bitter cold is here. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary, how long will it stay bitterly cold?
For a while, Jalen, unfortunately. Three things you need to know in the forecast. That bitterly cold weather will continue through Sunday morning of next week. Every night, we're looking at wind chill, temperatures below zero and wind chills as cold as 20 to 25 to maybe 35 degrees below zero, and daytime high temperatures in the single digits to around 10 degrees. There is a chance for flurries Wednesday night and Thursday. Otherwise, we're looking at dry weather into the early part of next week. And then next week, temperatures will jump up to above normal and also above freezing. That could lead to some fog and precipitation Tuesday and Wednesday of next week will be in the form of rain showers because temperatures could be up close to 40 degrees, believe it or not. Well, here's our snow depth, and you can clearly see the effect the last 2 winter storms have had. The heaviest snow with about a foot of snow on the ground from around Des Moines, Iowa, through much of southern Wisconsin, eastern Wisconsin, into northern portions of Michigan. As far as the final total snowfall reports from the major reporting stations, Madison, 10.5 inches. Dubuque, Iowa, almost 10 inches. Milwaukee, about 8.5. La Crosse, Rockford, Illinois, about 7.5. Chicago at about 7 inches. But with all that cold air and the snow on the ground and then clear skies this morning, we got some beautiful pictures of sundogs. Basically what you have is the sun in the middle and the ice crystals that are suspended in the air in the very cold air reflecting the sun's rays. So it looks like you have false suns on either side of the halo, which you can kind of make out here around the sun. Usually that's when the sun is low on the horizon, either late in the day or early in the morning, and you get these sundog pictures. This one from Sinsinawa from Mark Labrera, and then also Tony Schreiner in Lake Mills. Very similar picture with the sundogs on either side of the sun just rising on the eastern horizon. But we do have first warned weather alert days now in the forecast through Sunday morning of next week. We're still looking at low temperatures the next couple of nights near 15 below zero, but generally below zero through Sunday morning. High temperatures near zero the next couple of days. They'll be in the single digits to around 10 degrees for the rest of the week. But wind chills early in the morning the next couple of nights could be as cold as 35 below zero and generally about 20 to 25 below zero for the rest of the week. Daytime wind chills the next couple of days as cold as 20 below zero during the day, and for the rest of the week they're going to be at or below zero most of the time. And again, that continues through next Sunday morning. Wind chill advisories in effect for the entire state of Wisconsin. Southern Wisconsin runs through noon tomorrow, but there are wind chill warnings to the south across Illinois, much of Iowa into Minnesota and the Dakotas. The wind chill's colder there. To our south, they're about the same as here, but the criteria is just a little bit lower for southern Wisconsin. We need to have wind chills to 35 below zero to get wind chill warnings. Across northern Illinois and Iowa, mostly it's 30 below zero is the criteria, so they'll probably exceed that. And you can see future track wind chills by early tomorrow morning. We're looking at about 32 below zero here, right around 30 below zero to our south. So again, the difference between the warning and the advisory area is almost exactly the same. And then we look at the daytime wind chills. This is about late afternoon tomorrow. We're still looking at wind chills around 20 degrees below zero. And then by early on Tuesday morning, very similar wind chills, 30 to 35 degrees below zero across this area. And then wind chills during the day on Tuesday, staying around 20 degrees below zero during the day. Early on Wednesday morning, wind chills not quite as bad, probably about 15 to 20 degrees below zero. High temperatures over the next 10 days, 0 for tomorrow, 2 degrees on Tuesday, a couple of days around 10 degrees Wednesday and Thursday, back into the single digits on Friday, and then notice this warm up. The average high temperature, 27 degrees for the rest of the month. We're looking at high temperatures close to 40 by Wednesday of next week. And the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, take a look at this across the entire country. We're looking for above normal temperatures with the highest probabilities here. So we are going to see a big shift in the pattern. We're going to have to wait until next week to get it. Precipitation will be above normal through much of the southern part of the country with an active storm track there, but it will stay away from much of the northern part of the country, which is good news for us. We certainly don't need any snow. These are actual temperatures right now, and you can see they're at or below zero through much of the northern part of the country. You add in the winds, and we're looking at wind chills right now between the teens and 20s to almost 30 degrees below zero across pretty much the northern portion of the Midwest. So, wind chill advisory in effect until noon tomorrow for all of southern Wisconsin. Planning your night, look for temperatures by 9 p.m. already down to about 5 degrees below zero. By midnight, we're around 8 degrees below zero in Madison, a few places around 10 below zero. By 3 in the morning, we're looking at actual temperatures right around 10 degrees below zero. And look for overnight low temperatures close to 15 below zero through most of southern Wisconsin. This is what the wind chills look like. 9 p.m., we're already looking at wind chills down to about 25 below zero. That will continue through midnight. By early tomorrow morning, we're looking for wind chills right around 30 to 35 degrees below zero. For tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, but it'll be bitterly cold. High temperature of 0, wind chills during the day from 10 to 20 degrees below zero. First warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, alert days all the way in through early Sunday morning of next weekend. Look for high temperatures only around 0 the next couple of days. Nighttime low temperatures in the teens and single digits below 0 all the way through Sunday morning of next week. But then that big temperature rise will start to melt some of that snow. We'll probably see some fog at night and some rain showers by Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, it's just pushing through and something to look forward to at least.
Right, but so we got a ways to go before we get there.
Absolutely, but we're not the only ones going through some of this.
No, we're not alone. That's true.
All right, well, sounds good. Thank you, Gary. And as we just mentioned, much of the nation is seeing extreme winter weather, and Buffalo, New York is no exception to that. See for yourself. Near whiteout conditions in Buffalo today with high winds, frigid wind chills, and blowing lake effect snow all in play. States of emergency in western New York as well as Erie County are currently active as a result of the storm. A driving ban, which went into effect yesterday, is still in effect. And the NFL playoff game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills, due to take place this afternoon, was postponed till tomorrow. Because of that game will air on News 3, there are chances that some of our programming schedule is about to change. The Steelers game will now be played on Monday The NFL Today crew will build up the game from 2:30 with kickoff at 3:30, both on News 3. News 3 now at 4, 5, and 6 will air on our sister station TW and on Channel 3000+. And still to come, the Badgers brought their brooms in the LeBron Arena. How Wisconsin skated past St. Thomas thanks to another fast start. Next in sports with Zach.
Life can be hard. With Culligan, your water doesn't have to be.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
Donate blankets to our neighbors in need during Recycle the Warm.
So many storylines heading into wildcard weekend for the Packers and the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy facing his old team. Green Bay undefeated all time at AT&T Stadium. 4-0 against Dallas, plus that Super Bowl win against Pittsburgh. Packers have won 9 of the last 10 against the Cowboys. They got off to a great start. Aaron Jones rushed for 2 touchdowns in the first half. Jordan Love threw for another score, and the defense had a pick 6. This one in the third, all Packers, they're up 34-18. Dallas just went for 2 and got it. 10 times Wisconsin has faced off against St. Thomas, and 10 times they've come away victorious. Mark Johnson's squad going for the regular season series sweep against the Tommies. The Badgers have averaged 5 goals a game every time these two teams skate against each other. And Layla Edwards had herself a day. First period, she finds Kirsten Sims, and Simsy puts the biscuit in the basket to give Wisconsin a 1-0 lead. Then 30 seconds left in the period, Edwards tracks down the loose puck and sends it to Casey O'Brien, who lights the lamp with the one-timer. Edwards finished with 3 apples. O'Brien had 2 goals. The Badgers sweep the Tommies 5-1, the final. The Wisconsin men's basketball team is off to their best start in conference play in 16 years. The Badgers are currently all alone atop the Big Ten standings and have won 12 of their last 13 games. They're doing it by playing good defense and having different guys on different nights step up to be the guy offensively. And this team has been thinking big ever since last season ended.
They're hungry. The older guys are hungry for more, and but they understand, experiences on the court from last year have helped us, but also they have a feeling of unfulfillment, from last year. Like, we got something to prove, and that's the edge I want them to keep. I want them to have an edge.
You're kind of hooting and hollering about that Packer-Cowboy game, huh?
I am. I mean, I thought that, defensively the Packers might have struggled a little bit more, but, you get 2 turnovers on top of how the offense has been rolling the last, 10 weeks or so. It's turned into a blowout for the most part.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people around here are happy about that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, kind of hard not to be. But the one bright side for Dallas, at least, is that a Badger scored.
Yeah, Jake Ferguson scored, so it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, sounds good. Thank you, Zach. And a final check of your first warn forecast is coming up when we return.
Everyone wants to hire people who are ready to work and passionate about what they do. People that are ready for an opportunity, a job, a career. They just need you to believe in them. Thinkability Wisconsin, providing workforce support for people with disabilities and their employers. They're ready to work and shape the future. All you have to do is start with yes. Join the movement at thinkabilitywi.org.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
Insurance. It isn't the most exciting thing to talk about, but it is incredibly important. Not having enough insurance could prevent you from getting what you deserve after an accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
So, Zach, I don't want to jinx anything. Obviously, they still have a quarter to play, but we can look a little bit ahead to San Francisco. Yeah. I mean,
it's been a house of horrors for the Packers, but Jordan Love, those guys, they're playing like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, the offense, again, has just been on fire the last, 10 weeks or so, and they're showing it once again against a really stout Dallas Cowboys defense.
And the only reason the Packers are in the playoffs is because they beat who, Gary?
Who do they beat?
The Bears.
The Bears, yeah. The Bears are already working on 2026-27, so don't worry about that.
All right.
I'm more worried about the cold. At least the Packers played in Dallas. It's a little bit warmer, but it is bitterly cold out there. There's the live view of the Edgewater Skycam. High-resolution radar, no snow here. There are some snow showers on the other side of Lake Michigan. The lake effect snow's kicking in there. You can see that on the eastern shore of Lake Michigan. But we do have first warn weather alert days in the forecast all the way through next Sunday morning for bitterly cold nighttime wind chills as cold as 20 to 35 below zero, and daytime wind chills staying below zero, with actual air temperatures as cold as 15 below zero at night, and daytime high temperatures the next couple of days only around zero. Wind chill advisories in effect through noon tomorrow for all of southern Wisconsin. Wind chill warnings for much of Iowa and Illinois. These are current temperatures, already down to 2 degrees below zero here in Madison. Most of southern Wisconsin seeing temperatures below the 0 degree mark, but it's 3 below zero in Oregon, 4 below zero in Belleville, and 3 below zero in Cross Plains. Then you factor in the winds. This is what it feels like. 15 below zero in Madison, 27 below zero in Platteville. Already wind chill 26 below zero in Janesville. Temperatures continue to drop through the single digits below zero for this evening.
Definitely time to bundle up. Thank you, guys.